Already the halo of gray covers his close-cropped head. Before we could see the pale glow of his skull, the way he kept it close. Now the gray. He spends little time in bed. Mostly he places things in boxes or colored-coded trays and calculates the price of expectation, the things promised. All eyes now on him, the winning politician's burden. On the day he makes his speech, he will miss the barber shop, the quick smoke in the alley, the poem found in the remainder box, a chance to just shoot some hoops and those empty moments to remember that green rice paddy where he used to sprint, a barefoot screaming boy, all legs, going home to the pure truth of an ordinary life, that simple place where, fatherless, he found comfort in the wisdom of old broken soldiers.
This is how legends begin, the knife slitting the throat of a hen, the blood, the callous pragmatism of eating livestock grown for months, the myth of a father, a boat ride into the jungle, a tongue curling, then flinging back a language alien as his skin, the rituals of finding the middle ground, navigating a mother's mistakes, a father's silence, a world's trivial divisions, the meaning of color, and nation negotiator of calm. A boy tutored in the art of profitable charm. This is how legends begin, and we will tell this too, to the children lined up with flags despite the storms gathering, children who will believe in the hope of blue skies stretched out beyond the mountain of clouds, and he will make language to soothe the teeming crowds.
She says she never saw him as black, unlike his mother who said she did. She says she saw him as colorless, just a man, unlike his white mother who touched his father's face, the deep brown earth, the glow. She says it's best to see him simply as a human in this country that shed long ago the pernicious sting of race, she says. And I call her a tender-hearted dreamer, a sweet liar, I say. A white lie-teller who would rather tell this bland lie before admitting that walking down King Street the morning after the votes were counted, she was scared, but proud. So giddy with the wild beat of her heart, knowing that her country paused for an instant and did something grand, made a black man president. Such a miracle, such beautiful magic.
I have asked this of them year after year, a punchline, waiting to happen with clockwork consistency. Raise your hand if you can remember a time you believe that even you could take the presidency. Yes, you, blacks, poor, women, Latinos. Was it when you were 4, 5, 6? And the believers all would raise their hands. So the second question, how many now think you have the wherewithal to be the chief today and go up 4 hands? A dreamer, a liar, a clown, a madman. What went wrong? How did you all mess up? Well, it's messed up now. It's gone now that a black man has done it. Cancel class. Time to hang a poor joke. Can't complain about oppression no more. We got to recalibrate who is the man now. That's for sure.
Of course my home has kept its promise to itself. The one that made Eartha Kitt, Chubby Checker, Althea Gibson, James Brown, all pack their bags, clean out their shelves, never to look back, not once. They found their homeless songs like people who have forgotten where their navel strings were buried. We kept the promise that made those who stayed learn to fight with the genius of silence, the subterfuge of rings of secret flames held close to the heart, kindling the slow burn of resistance. But good news, despite the final state count, we know that the upheaval of all things still brought grace here where pine trees bleed and palmettos suck up the brunt of blows. And so we can now hum the quiet solace of victory with a surreptitious shuffle, a quick step for you, Smoking Joe, Dizzy, James, and Jesse. Slide, slide, now step.
Here is my confession then, the one I keep inside me. While the crowds gather in Washington, I will admit this. It is enough that it happened. More than enough that we see him standing there, shattering all our good excuses. No, not bliss, not some balm over the wounds that still hurt, but it is enough to say that we saw it happen, the thing we thought wouldn't. And we did it even if we did not want to do it. And that is tough, yes, but it is good and grand and beautiful and new and more. It is enough, no matter what comes next, that a man who knows the blues, knows the stop time of bebop, who's asked from inside out the meaning of blood and skin, is, let's just say it, standing there. Yes, standing at the top of the world. It is enough for tomorrow. And yes, he is tough. And yes, he is smart, but mostly it is sweet and more than enough.
He will not be the buffoon and clown. He's too cool for that. His cool is the art of ease, the way we drain out tension, the way we make hard seem easy, seem like it ought. Cool is not seeing the burn and the fluid grace of execution. Cool is knowing how to lean back and let it come, but always ready for it to come. He will be no minstrel show fool, but a man who shows in the midst of chaos, unruffled calm. Like, what does he know that we don't know? Like, I can be brighter than you and still be down, cool. Like some presidential cool, a cool that maybe hasn't been seen in the White House before. He is a nobody's fool, kind of cool, and the one that makes a gangsta lean look so clean, kind of cool. That's what we have now, and to be honest, you can call this cool what you want. Me, I call it blessed.
I think now of that Illinois man, pacing the creaking boards of a musty mansion, cradling a nation's future in his head, the concussion of guns continuing, the bloody hordes of rebels like ghouls in his dreams. He too avoids the bed. Tomorrow the 100 days will be over, 1,000,000 souls will be free, 1,000,000 pieces of property pilfered from citizens, 1,000,000 laborers worth their weight in billion, promise a new day across the border.
1,000,000 scared owners, 1,000,000 calamities, all with the flow of ink from his pen. This is the path of the pragmatist who would be savior, the genius act of simple war, the act to sink an enemy. And yet, hallelujahs will break out like loud ululations of freedom. Uneasy lies the head. He knows. This is how our leaders are born, how we find our heroes.